Assalamu alaikum. Hope all of you are doing well. So today's our topic is alarming and incessant growth of population. So alarming and incessant growth of population is causing a serious economic problem in almost all the countries. Great pressure is being placed on arable land, water, energy, and biological resources. As the world population grows, the world food problem will become increasingly severe. The most vulnerable will be population in developing countries. There are capital availability of food grains has been declining for the past 25 years, certainly with a quarter million people being added to the world population each day. The need for grains and all other food will reach unpredictable levels below world population, and its growth trends are given 10,000 years ago. 10 million people by 1815, population was 1 billion. 80 more 3 years to reach 2 billion in 1930. 45 years it doubled again, 12 years to reach 5 billion. 6 billion in 1999. By the year 2020 there will be 8 billion also. We can say that simply there are about quarter of a million people added to the planet per day. This exponent growth is mostly happening in developing nations. More than 90% of the world's food supply comes from the land, while less than 1% is from the oceans and other aquatic habitats also. The continued production of adequate food supply is directly dependent on them. As the human population grows, the requirement of these resources also grow. Even if these resources are never depleted on a per capita base, they will decline significantly because they must be divided among more people. At present, fertile agricultural land is being lost at an alarming rate. The shortage of productive fertile land combined with decreasing land productivity is the major cause of current food shortages also. Water is another critical item for all crops. Massive amount of water is required during the growing season for cultivation. In fact, agriculture production consumes more fresh water than any other human activity. In many countries, people are facing shortage of fresh water. Competition for water sources among individuals, regions, and countries and associated water resources critical for irrigation also in it. A major threat to maintaining future water supplies is the continuing overuse of surface and groundwater resources. Fossil energy is an other prime source which is used for food production. Nearly 80% of the world's fossil energy is being used by the developed countries. The extensive the intensive farming energies of technologies. Developed countries use massive amounts of fossil energy for fertilizer, pesticide irrigation, and for machines as a substitute for human labor. In developing countries, fossil energy has been used primarily for fertilizer and irrigation to help maintain yields rather than to produce human labor inputs. Because of that, they are simply fossil energy is a finite resource. Its depletion accelerates as population needs for food and service accelerate. Thus, cost of fuel increases everywhere. Certainly, improved technology will assist in more difficulty management and use of resources, but it cannot produce an unlimited flow of these natural sources and that are raw materials for sustained agriculture productions. For instance, fertilizer enhance the fertility of eroded soils, but humans don't. A productive and sustainable agriculture system depends on maintaining the integrity of biodiversity also. We include that strategies for the future must be based on the conservation and careful management of land, water, energy, and biological resources needed for food production. Yet none at these measures will be sufficient to ensure adequate food supplies for future generations unless the growth in the human population is simultaneously curtailed. Several studies have confirmed that to maintain a relatively high standard of living throughout the world,